the other day when it had come out.
Watches it for the Queen over and over.
Yeah.
Well, who's not watching it for the Queen? I mean, come on now.
She is pretty.
He wanted to know when she was streaming on Twitch.
Right.
Can we get the
That's what I'm looking
Queen?
for. If we could get the Queen on Twitch, that would be much appreciated, please.
So along with this trailer came a lot of talk right this week, and the first thing that we have to throw out there is
You mean talk or whining? Let's be clear.
a little bit of both. Some people talk. Tinks may whine, but the rest of us
Me?
talk.
Shots fired.
But as the House of Wolves was revealed, the no raid news broke, and Tinks had a heart attack. She actually did call me, and she was very upset.
I was
Did
crying,
she really?
but I got over it.
She was pretty upset.
She had a little breakdown about no raid.
She well,
He's
yes.
Correct.
She don't let her lie to you. Of course she did. Did you see her tweet about it?
Okay,
No,
I
what'd you
tweeted
say?
one nasty thing, and then
What'd
like
you say?
25 good things.
Did you say Juan?
Well, first I said,
Juan.
Juan.
Put such an emphasis on the W for it.
okay, the W one.
I think she was saying one.
Juan.
Juan.
I don't know.
I
if she
tweeted
said
Juan
it
thing.
I
Can we
won
move
the match,
on?
or if she
Can
was
we
saying
move on now?
Juan Teague, like Juan Domingo. Like I don't know what she was going with. So I was
Here
just
comes the
going.
racist letters.
Oh my gosh, dude! I was just
No, this
going.
was
I didn't
sexist
understand what
letters.
she said. I didn't understand.
So first I said, if there's no raid, I'm gonna quit Destiny. Was the
Oh,
first thing I tweeted, and then there was no raid, and I was all,
Oh, eat your words.
See, what had happened was, yeah.
What happened
Then you
was
played Pac-Man.
someone logged into my Twitter, and now I'm playing Pac-Man.
Nice.
Oh man.
I didn't have quite that strong a reaction, but I was definitely disappointed as well. So I'm kind of with you there, Tanks.
Well, to be fair, my opinion changed shortly after. It was shock. It was like stages of grief,
Yes.
denial, and shock, and then I had already had I was planning my raid group and World's First and streaming it, and I was just disappointed. But it took a minute. I trust.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
it's kind of nice to know though that after we learned a little bit more about it, the initial reaction was, from even what I saw, the initial reaction was a lot of people disappointed, saddened for that very reason of the teams that wanted to do the world first runs and stuff. But now that people are starting to learn that there is a raid that could be coming or is coming,
Right.
and they're just delaying things to make it right. My opinion is I think they really learned a lesson from the fact that when they launched Crota, it was it was beaten in 27 minutes. I don't think they want to have that exact same mistake again. I think they want to make it a little bit more tougher, a lot more polished, and make us really work for it this time.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, along with the sad news of no raid, which after I got to the third point of what I'm about to say, so the first one I'm going to say, the next one I'm going to say is the Fatebringer is getting to 365.
Woo!
Praise the
At least-
Lord.
at least
Okay,
the-
yeah,
Oh yay!
and I think
if I had one.
What's the Hawk Moon gonna go to? Oh wait, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter for you either,
yeah, it sure doesn't.
Xbox boy.
But yeah, that was really cool. So obviously, I think what that's really leaking in that photo that they show there is that weapons from previous weapons and maybe even previous raid weapons from Vault of Glass are gonna be able to get leveled up. So if you're in that lull of Destiny right now and you're like, what do I do? Go play Vault of Glass, get a group of guys, have fun with it, maybe even do some time trials if you're in Savvy.
Time
or
trials?
Time trials in Savvy or in DoD.
Yeah, there you go.
Set that up and have fun with it. It's a lot of fun. We did that a few months ago, or about that was 2 months ago, right? In Savvy, something like that. And go get those weapons because obviously some of them are going to be useful. I mean, besides Fatebringer, Prythian's Revenge, right? It's going to be great.
You
Praetus?
never say that right.
Praetus?
Every time you add a fucking syllable.
Hey.
Every time.
I always do, and I will always will. And then we have
Say it again. Say it again.
Prythian's Revenge.
I love it.
Okay, ready? Pray.
Prythian's
Dieth.
Revenge.
Pray.
Death.
Dieth.
Dieth.
Pray.
Dieth.
Prythian's Revenge.
Praedyth.
Praetus. Praetus.
Prettieth.
I'm doing it now just to aggravate the hell out of you guys.
Oh my goodness.
No,
Oh,
you
man.
really can't.
I
say
love. We just brought it back to the Sesame Street joke right there. It was like pray, Death. Pray. Death.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Right. Back to
Diaz-
Prathians.
will be, I think, a great one. Found Verdict as well. Do you guys think that the Mytho class is going to get an upgrade?
It better.
No, because I think that each raid has its exotic, and I think they need to have something that's nostalgic. Honestly, that's just my
By
opinion.
nostalgic, you
but
mean
you-
useless?
Yeah.
Right.
So you're
Right.
saying that gun is will never be useful
I
again.
don't think so. Because I think that each raid should have its nostalgic weapon that can't be upgraded, that you think about, that you miss. I mean, that's part of the fun, I think.
You're gonna really miss that
What-
Chasm, aren't
What
you?
if? Yeah, I was
No.
gonna say, what if the next raid gun sucks too? So then you basically never get a new raid gun that's good.
We can storm in all that vault space, baby.
It's true. You just put it there and forget
It's
about
like
it.
our guardian mantle. We can just set
All right,
back and
well,
look at that
I think
Vex.
Found Verdict.
So,
Found Verdict will be good as well. Like I said,
Confluence.
Kratos'
Confluence.
Revenge
Oh, he did it.
will be good as well.
Wow.
Confluence.
I mean, Vision of Confluence, dude. I don't know though. I don't know if it will be that great. I mean, there's a lot of great scout rifles. I don't know.
You
if
better
it's,
watch your mouth.
I don't know if it will be.
Ready?
that great, but,
Fight.
but yeah, the thing that I'm really excited about. Get ready for this. I just want to run in a circle because I'm so excited. I'm
Finish
so
him.
excited. I'm so excited. Trials of Osiris. Dude, I am so excited about this. Like, I don't even. I think whenever this happened, I blacked out for a second, and then I remember coming back in my house buck naked. I think I went streaking up the street and down the street for a second. I'm so excited.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty excited. No, I did.
Everybody saw that I want a Hawk Moon tattoo on your backside, didn't they?
Wow.
Yeah, they did.
Lulu plus Hawk Moon equals heart.
Never. It is
True
never.
love
Equals never.
forever.
Oh man. So wow, you guys always find a way to put that in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, at
It's
this
nothing
point,
when you get it.
No wonder
You gotta
people are
hope you never
leaving.
get it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't. I think if I get it, I can't even tell y'all. You won't accept it that I do have it once I do get it.
Can't
Well,
ruin
like,
our
that's a
stick, but you
Photoshop.
yeah, it's
Right.
fake.
He actually already has it, but just won't tell us because he enjoys the banter so much.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh, trust me. Any banter I could get rid of Josh's, I would. Just wait till his 90 days is up. And then the other thing that looks really cool, which we don't really know anything about, right, is reveal and live gameplay of the Prison of Elders.
Woo, little horde situation.
A brand new 3-player cooperative multiplayer arena.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So obviously, when you hear arena, at first you think like, some PvP, together kind of situation. I'm with you on this, Hambone. I think it's some type of PvE arena, some type of horde mode or something like that.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it, but the question I've been getting a lot and hearing a lot on Twitter is, what's up with the 6 people? Like, we spent so much time building clans of 6 people, and this was like a big concern amongst the community, at least our community, was what do I get to do with my other 3 friends? Because that's just another 3-person activity, just like Trials. So there's nothing really in this new DLC for the 6 people.
Well,
you can play it twice with both groups.
Well, but one of the things that you don't know is if it's a 3-player cooperative multiplayer arena, is it just is that saying only one fire team at a time, or is that saying your fire team will be matched up with another fire team and you're going to go in there and battle in this arena?
That's still PvP then.
That's
Are you
PvP.
That-
thinking PvP?
But you're not. I'm not saying against each other. I'm saying
Right.
it's like a fire team match up with another fire team,
2
and you
fire
go in
teams
and
of 3.
and what you're fighting. Think about this. What you're fighting essentially is the battle that we saw in that video that we just watched from the Queen.
Mhm.
Right. So that's what we're going. We're going and fighting the Fallen. Right, on behalf of the Queen. She comes back. Maybe she's sending us on a journey, right, to fight this battle, right, or go get some revenge for her, right, in the Prison of Elders. So I don't know. I don't know much about the Prison of Elders.
I'm pretty sure it's going to
personally.
be just 3 people, though. I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be like a separate fire team and turns into 6. Although I'm happy it's something new that's different instead
Yeah.
of a half-butt raid like Crota.
Right, and here's another one. What if there is no raid before the comment? What if there's not?
Who cares?
You mean Game of the Year edition?
This brother is selling that Game of the Year edition.
But I'm just saying, like, what if there's not? So
Well,
that
they
would mean
know
that
how
we
much
have.
they know how much we want to raid. Like they
Yeah.
know, so we have to trust that they're going to do the best with that raid because they know how much we want it.
Yeah, I
Right,
mean, I
but
just
for
rather
me-
them. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
I was just to say,
you go.
I was gonna say, I just rather them take the time to put together more of a Vault of Glass raid than another Crota raid. I don't think Crota's that good of a raid. I've said it on here before. I've played it. It's fun. I do it. You know.
Hey,
often
David, do you
enough.
like the Crota raid?
Not that much.
Well, but okay, so David.
You
what
mean the
if that
Crota strike?
timeline-
The Crota strike?
The Crota strike, the 20-minute
Oh my
strike
gosh,
that you
here
can
we
do.
go again.
But what if that timeline exists all the way to the comment? Like for them to give us another good raid,
That's
it's
okay.
going to take until the comment.
I don't see a
And that's what I'm
problem.
saying.
I honestly don't see a problem if they did. If it's a 10-year game, if they gave us a raid every 6 months.
Right.
I don't see a problem with that. Get a way better experience, giving them the time to develop and actually create something than them being put against. Because, look, here's the deal. Every 3 months, people are going to be like, give us new Destiny content. Give us new Destiny content. But that's not a lot of time to come up with a raid. That's not a lot of time to come up with story. That's not enough time to put up, new maps. I mean, I really think that they should look at
David,
bigger expansions.
David,
Go ahead.
David. It was already on the disc, David.
Of course.
No. Oh,
Why
my
did you
goodness.
sound like a girl when you said that?
I like the way he said that. That's perfect.
I want to say this though, like, David, we played League of Legends for how many years? Like 3 or 4 years, right?
Right.
And new characters came out all the time.
Yeah.
And every time a new character came out, they had to do some type of balancing issue. But along with those was a whole list of patch notes they had to adjust just for that.
Yeah.
Now, are you telling me that every 2 weeks they can create a character and come out with one
Yes,
and
absolutely.
balance a whole game? In
They don't,
2
well, they don't
weeks?
bounce. They don't bounce a game in 2 weeks because if you remember in League, what happens is a new character drops and then it basically breaks somebody else because that new character has a new set of abilities that's powerful beyond what they thought, and then it comes out and they start realizing where all these other champions are falling off. So then they have to go back and rebalance, and so it's like they put out the best they can and then they rebalance. Here, I know they're not an MMO, but they need to look more like. They don't need to go on the timeline of WoW, but they need to think about taking more time and delivering bigger, meatier packages like WoW. So whenever you buy your next expansion, you're getting a big chunk of stuff
But
that's
the problem is you have to
quality
start
as
with something
opposed.
big. That's the problem. You
Well,
have to
yeah,
start- You
absolutely.
have to have content, and they dropped the game with not enough content in it, right?
Right.
And they took it out, Activision, because they wanted to create this hype
Allegedly.
idea that
Allegedly.
we're dropping content, right?
Allegedly.
But the reason why I say that when I bring up the League of Legends thing is because of this. Although we say they drop it every 2 weeks, they used to drop them every 2 weeks. Now they might drop one a month.
Every 6
character,
months or something.
whatever.
It's a lot slower.
They still drop a lot of characters on League, but the thing is that those characters, and I remember reading an article about this a few years ago. Dude, they're in production for like anywhere from 6 months to a year before they get debuted.
Right. And I don't
Every
think
single time.
–
And that's one character, and so why isn't Bungie? Why don't they have a team that's been working on this content for the past 3 years? I don't get it. Like, why if this game is it's the whole enchilada. Like, here they go, and this is everything Bungie's about. Why isn't their teams dedicated, or why haven't they hired more teams? If this game is as big as they want it to be, they have to be able to have these progressions where they release stuff on time. And eventually, I get it. I get your argument, Tinks, in the fact of I want a better raid. I don't mind them taking time to drop another raid. But eventually, like, you can't keep giving me that excuse. I'll buy that excuse a couple times, but eventually I'm going to be like, hire more freaking people. Like, get your
but
crap together.
how much will that up the price in in the expansions, or are we going to have to pay monthly, or what is that going to cost us?
Well, tell me this: if they came out with an expansion and they said, "Hey, here we go, we have a whole new raid," you know, like, and I'm saying good raid, not a Crota 25-minute strike. We have a good raid, and we have all this content, like, you know, say as much content as we got on the disc, and they go, here you go, here's all this content. Would you pay $40 for it? Because I know I would.
Okay, listen, yes, I would pay $40 for it. But what you have to remember are the people that are complaining that there's no raid, and how that weighs to the people who are going to complain that now we have to pay $40 for a raid. And which one is going to complain more?
If they bought the game in pre-order, right? If they pre-ordered the game and they got it, they got this expansion for $10.
Right.
You know, you know how much you pay $10 for in every other game?
Like a map.
4 maps, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And even that's 15 now.
You go play Heroes of the Storm, you pay $10 for a character. That's it. That's
Let
all
me ask you a question.
Right, I agree with you on that.
Let me ask you a question. I was going to say, let's think of it like this. What if Destiny instead would have included, like, let's say we're back at, 9/9/2014, and Destiny has everything from what we've seen up until House of Wolves. Like, that's all on the disc. We're playing that. That is the package of Destiny, okay? Now, let's say 6 months later, they want to sell you that DLC for $30. That's going to have one new raid. And so the original Destiny came out with 2 raids, Elders, Trials, all that. But now this new $30, $40 pack is going to be this meaty, expansion for $40. I mean, it's almost like they're going to like, hey, I mean, to me, it's like, that's worth it if you give me like almost like a half of what Destiny came out as. Like, if it's half of what Destiny was and it was all that content, I'm like, man, I'm down. Give it to me.
But nobody has ever promised us a raid.
No, they didn't. They did promise new daily content, and if they think
and there is new daily content. There's a new story every day that you can do with different
bounties,
right? With different things.
If that is what they actually meant by new daily content, that was a really cheap way to sell repetitive gameplay.
Yep.
Right, but here's the thing: like, we did get basically everybody, I think, in this room here paid, their 110 or whatever, their 150 if you got the Ghost, to get both of these DLCs. Right. So we're already taken care of. So it's like you said, David, we're getting a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of value in these DLCs, and if you put them up against Call of Duty,
other DLCs,
how much?
Exactly.
How much are they by themselves? Because I don't know the price. I got them with my package.
I want to say they're $15.
As a chat, somebody in chat knows.
Yeah.
15.
Are you sure? I think they're 25.
They're 20 because you could save if you. When I bought Destiny, I didn't buy the Ghost Edition. I just walked into Best Buy. I didn't pre-order anything. I just walked in and I said I want Destiny, and they said, "Do you want the expansion for $35?" And that was $5 off of.
Okay, so they're 20 apiece.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 20 apiece, or yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. For me, I feel like I've gotten my money's worth. I was upset that there is no raid, but there is new content. And if it is a 10-year plan, I don't think they can just give us a raid every DLC. Like, there has to be different activities to keep different sets of people involved. Like, if you look at the statistics for PlayStation, what was it, 19% of people that have actually completed a raid versus the 60% or whatever of the people that have completed a strike and
but that also
that's so
all counts all the people that stopped playing the game.
Yeah, I think honestly, Destiny can't look at like, hey, well, our expansion is better than what Call of Duty gives or what this thing gives, because they're trying to be different than those games. I really think that the problem, and it may be Activision, and probably is, but I think the big deal comes into play is that they got to think about it okay, they can say it's not an MMO, but the way this is going to work, the way it's really going to work for them is to really be MMO-like. Like, they really need to look at it and address expansion packs and everything like that, like an MMO or like a Diablo or something like that, where it's a big chunk of content instead of like, hey, we gave you some new maps, we gave you, this or that. Like, House of Wolves, I'm really kind of excited for. I'm like, we're getting 2 new modes, Trials of Osiris, we're getting the Elders, and it's like, so we're getting 2 new modes. We have no idea what that's going to deliver. We don't know how many story missions. We don't know a lot of things about it. So I'm actually really excited about House of Wolves because I think that they might not hit exactly what I'm thinking they should hit for their expansion packs, but I think they're getting close.
Well, a lot of people have put a lot of weight on this expansion, and that's, I think, one of the reasons it's so shocking that there's not a raid, right? Is that everybody said this is gonna make or break, right? Because we've been in a lull. Everybody's like, this is gonna make or break it. You know, there's a couple good games out. This is either gonna make people come back and play or it's not. It's funny to me that Halo lived its life on PvP, and when Bungie gets put in the gauntlet, what they release is a bunch of PvP stuff, right? I mean, the key to this is Trials of Osiris, because people have been wanting it and been asking for it, and did it really exist? And all of a sudden they release it. So it's funny to me that when they're on the edge of jumping off a cliff, instead of releasing a PvE content to everybody, they're like, hey, here's PvP.
I think it's smart.
That's what they did.
I think part of that, though, is to fill the content gap, because, like, right now, what is everybody really doing? They're raiding. You know, there's no content to fill. I think with the new expansion coming out and the new DLC, they're giving us the fillers in between raids, so it's giving us something to do than us run around and go, well, what are we going to do? Instead of just taking teams on speed runs and everything else, we can go play Trials, we can go to the Prison of Elders, and then, hey, the next raid comes out, and then the next comic comes out, and then there's that filler that's in between. So I think what they're trying to do is fill in the missing pieces.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the chat here, Dustin Divine, he says something. You know, they need to stretch the life of the old stuff with special events, right? Or certain things like WoW did, like with mounts, right? I mean, all of a sudden make a map pop up that's just like you don't even have to do anything but make it a track, right? Make it like this Sparrow track that's out in the middle of Mars, right? And it's like, hey, look, here's a new location. It doesn't even have to have life out there. It's just structure, you know. And like how people would go out there and they start exploring, they'd create races and do stuff like that. I mean, there's so
let us play with it.
There's so many small things I think they could do, and you know, like in the chat, I think it was Agent. I'm not sure who it was. They actually asked, you know, would people even be playing Destiny anymore if it wasn't for raids? And the reality is that, you know, some people say no, some people say yes, but I think the big draw right now to everybody that's still here, and Tink said earlier when we were talking about the new Twitch stream community page, but everybody in this community knows everybody now, and that's why everybody's still here, because of the community, right? And that's what's been holding everybody together, and I think they really have to give some content back in order to keep people going. And it wasn't Agent, it was actually Unreal Pine Tree that said it. But you know, I mean, I agree. I think the community is what's so special. It's one thing that's always been really special about Bungie games, and I think that the initial fear of no raid really caught people off guard. But I'm hoping that because of the core of people that are still around, that this you know, Prisons of Elders will suffice those people that only play PvE, maybe that just hate PvP, and then for those that really like PvP, this will draw us back in. I'm hoping like Trials of Osiris will draw you in, David, and you're like, yeah, there it is. Now I can go to sleep because I made some noob kid loses 3 games in a row. That's right.
We can't completely discount the content either. I mean, I know there's a lot of pressure on community right now, but when it comes out, we don't know for sure that there's going to be that much pressure on community. The content could speak for itself still.
Yeah, I mean,
it could.
They don't even mention anything about normal story campaign here, right? I mean,
right.
They haven't really told us everything about that.
Right.
So we don't know how long the campaign section is. We don't know how many new maps there are. We haven't seen the new strike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or in our case, 2 strikes. Josh, you get to play 1.
But what we have seen is we've seen the most interesting characters in the game that were the only ones that really drew you in actually say something, right? And that's so my hope is that there's actually some story finally. Like, I can wait for a raid, whatever. Yeah, it sucks that 6 people can't play together. I understand that's where the expectation was, and when the expectation isn't met, people get pissed. Right. I love what Maverick's saying in the chat. He says the big issue with the game community is that there's no vision for the long term, at least that we are aware of. And it says gourmet meal on a hamburger helper budget.
Absolutely.
Right. And then a little further down it says, I tell my kids, this is Maverick again, I tell my kids they aren't allowed to tell me they don't like what I'm feeding them until they try 3 bites. The community needs to chill.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think the biggest problem is the way that Bungie communicates some of this stuff back to us.
Yeah.
I think that's the first issue, and I think the second issue is something that as we go on, we all like to take gaming serious, right? It's our hobby. We have a lot of pride in gaming and everything else. Then you have our parents or maybe some older siblings or something. They're like, why are you paying $60? Why are you paying $150 for a headset, $60 for a game, $300 or $400 for a gaming console? Why are you doing that, right? Well, as much as we hate to hear those mentalities, we do the same thing when it comes to DLC. We're like, whoa, wait a second. I mean, I'd rather spend my $20 going to Chick-fil-A and going to see a movie with some chick that, is never going to call me back.
With a hot chick that streams.
Right.
Oh, that's just ham bone.
That sounds delicious.
I mean, I totally agree. Like, you got to put it in perspective here. Like, me and David always say, like, dude, if that cost me $40, like, that's going out to maybe two nights, out on the town, grabbing a bite to eat.
Night.
Well, here in Texas, things are cheaper.
I was
Oh,
just
well,
about
in
to say, here in
California,
California,
that's
that's
one
like
night.
half your meal.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
picture I saw this week was $130 mac and cheese. But,
Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
you can eat at 5-star restaurants. I don't know if you have those in Seattle, but we have those here.
Oh,
But
Just no
yeah,
beer.
yeah, just a lot of high quality is how we go here. But yeah, so
Do not mistake high quality for large. Let's just get something clear, just because it's Texas.
Oh.
my wife gets both. In the
Wow.
the update for this
He's
week,
trying to move on. Look at him. Look at his
it's,
face.
you get purple ball.
Abort,
Great
abort.
purple ball.
What does Scoop think about this?
I was sitting here going, abort, abort. Keep on going.
No,
Speaking of purple balls.
yeah.
I'm unaware of purple balls.
Oh
man.
God.
That is a good segue. Our friend Dado, he got quoted. How about that? I mean,
I saw
showing
that.
a little bit of love to Dado, which I love to see. But he said the pinnacle of the person-to-person interaction in gaming, fully responsive, glow in the dark, change colors. I have no idea how they're ever going to top themselves next. Like, obviously, complete sarcasm, right? Just so
Right.
everybody knows. I'm not like Dado's best friend in the world, but I can promise you we spent enough time with him to know it's complete sarcasm. So yeah, completely funny that they talk about that. Obviously, I tweeted out this week, Josh, you were included on that tweet. I was like, hey, I'd love to be part of the ball team there over at Bungie. I think I could the ball effects team. I could be really good at that. I
Are
can
you
figure
good?
that out.
Are you a good ball guy?
I'm really good at
Hacky
flipping all
sack
the
and
balls.
hippie you.
Yep. So, we got the purple ball. You guys enjoying it? Have you played with the ball a little bit?
No.
I went in
No.
and kicked it just to see the
But
effects
Josh,
on
you
it.
don't play games anymore. Hey, Hambone, have you had a chance to play the ball?
Let's just say here.
Uh-oh.
I dusted off Destiny last night,
Ooh.
and I actually fired up the Loot Cave stream and played a little bit of PvP with Twisted and River, and it was a good time. So we'll talk a little bit more about that
We
later.
know they played PvP. What did you do?
Oh.
Troy,
Shots
I
fired.
was putting on a clinic for you, but you weren't there to see what it's like to see somebody actually play. So
I'm not looking for a clinic on how to lose. I mean,
actually, you know what? All
3
jokes
hours
aside,
later.
the first thing I did
Can we
is I
fast
go running out. I jump in the air and I literally got sniped right in the face. Like all I saw was my heels. I was like, this is not good.
yeah. What else did we get? We got obviously the Reef now obviously is a place that we're going to be visiting, right? And they have the Bungie live streams that are coming up. Well, they'll answer burning questions, they say, about the Reef. So it's going to be a new social space. Hopefully some other stuff takes place on it. but we'll see. Hopefully, there's some new type of vendors. We were throwing around some things the other day, and I think it was when me and Tinks did TNT. We were throwing around ideas for the Reef and different things that might be there, like upgrades for your Sparrow, or different customization items that maybe we could start to get some things that are different. That'd be really cool to see some different type of vendors. I hope we don't see like the same vendors selling the same stuff in the Reef. You know what I mean?
Can I ask a question here? This is kind of for all of you guys. What if the Reef isn't what we think it is? Right now, we kind of assume that it's like another tower, right? But what if it's where this Prison of Elders is? Or what if it's more like a interactive environment, like not just to go and buy stuff? Or maybe I didn't read something and it said that's what it's going to be. But do we need just another tower?
Because there's no travel time. It's not like there's gonna be a vault there and a vault there, and there's no travel time, so it's not gonna be useful.
It was described as another community space. So if it was just gonna be the Prison of Elders, I don't think that would be described as another community space. That's just another gaming space. If it's gonna be a community space, I think that's why it's being compared to the tower, because that's where you can interact. With the limitations that are there, you can still interact with other players, and I think that's what they're trying to do with the Reef, is build another community space. And how they do that, I'm kind of with Too Loud. I'm hoping that they have different things for us to do. I mean, for example, like in the tower, they have a club, they have a bar, they have different things, but you don't really do anything with them. Hopefully they can take that community space and actually make it more interactive.
I would like to see the Reef be something more like where it's like a defense thing, right? You're defending the Reef. So you go there, you defend as whatever the Fallen are trying to come in. And that'd be cool. Like if Guardians aren't there defending the Reef, say you log in, or you load into a lower Reef where it's only like maybe 4 people there. Maybe it's being overrun and you can't shop at vendors because they're closed up shop. They're hiding.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be awesome, I think.
If you forget to put your helmet on, you get wasted really quick.
Right, exactly. They're like, dude doesn't have his helmet on. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that, like you said, it's not a travel thing, right? So in most MMOs, the reason why you would stay at different places or have different social areas is because you're on the journey that's going through that area, right? It's led your story. Believe it or not, a story can lead you to a place. The story would lead you there, and so you may be in that tower or that area or that base or whatever you want to call it for that period of time. And since there is no travel advantage, or like, hey, you got to go here to go to the other place, or it's helping us time travel or anything like that. Yeah, I just hope that I hope that it's more than just another tower, and especially I hope it's not a tower that has like 2 locked sides again where we can't ever go see it. What I mean?
You don't get to see what's in there. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they're going to open up the tower as well. I don't know. I mean, will they ever open up that other side of the tower? Do you guys think? I mean,
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saving it for a rainy day.
No, the Xbox 360 can't handle it.
No, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well,
Later.
man.
Neither can the Xbox One, but whatever. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
no.
salty because he doesn't have one. If he had
Oh
fine.
no! I'm sorry. I don't want my game console to try to kill me, ejecting discs at me like it did No Zero. So I'm good.
It ejected the disc. It didn't like slingshot it across my living room.
Well, don't try to.
It didn't take a kid's head off.
Don't try to defend it. Don't try to defend it, bro.
Wait a minute. You would rather just have your credit card information just exposed online. That's better than the ejecting.
Oh,
disc.
I worked at. Let me tell you, I worked at Xbox tech support, and that's happened to Microsoft plenty.
Yeah, they just don't
We're
announce
losing
it.
viewers. We're losing Xbox viewers and PlayStation viewers.
Everybody's like, no, I hate
Hey,
it.
what's up, Wii U community? How you guys doing? Yeah.
Poor
Oh, wait, I'm in
Nintendo
that
fans.
number,
They can't even
so-
stream that stuff.
That's too funny. Well, we also
April 22nd. April 22nd. The Reef. That's when we get to find out. So we'll have a lot of answers to these questions here
Yeah.
with Gathalion.
Wait. The chat says there's a Hawkmoon vendor on the other side of the tower. We won't get
Oh,
it, though.
good. But you can't get it.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
wow.
I'm excited. I guess there'll just be a blank space there for the Xbox people. We got
September.
we got some new sound settings, which I'm sure you'll be pumped about, Hambone. Some new
Yes.
sound settings.
Like sounds.
And
They
then,
work really well for your stream. Like if you want to add voice.
Josh, I didn't know this, but you can actually have companion app functionality now with the Xbox One. What's going on? You can actually register your name on Bungie.net. You couldn't do that before.
To do that? Wow.
What in the world?
That's
I mean,
craziness.
Wow.
Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually very odd to me. And I don't know, maybe somebody can explain this to me. I thought they had the same functionality we've had all along with the app. Is that not the case?
The trick is we didn't know we were missing something.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah,
I
Very good, Bungie. Thank you, Deej, for keeping us in the dark.
Tricky.
oh man, that's too funny. But yeah, so we got a lot of news this week, and obviously on top of the news, we got the patch that that me and Tinks' beloved friend Buddha absolutely loved to download. In fact, if Buddha could have that type of download every week, he would spend Tuesday nights doing nothing but staring at his
6 hours was it?
and talking to me.
6 hours?
Yeah.
What?
6
Oh,
hours.
that's brutal. That's
Okay,
Okay.
I thought it was long, but it wasn't that long for us.
Yeah, he was literally
That's
6
because
hours.
you guys didn't have a strike. It was like
What?
a lot
Y'all
smaller.
It took someone 6 hours to download that?
It took multiple. First off, let me get
lot of
this
people.
straight. A lot of people that first tried to download, what happened, David, was they all tried to download at one time, and it basically put the servers in like shock mode, right? Because they were all trying to funnel at one time and update, and it couldn't do it. So people got stuck, and instead of just like doing what I eventually told them, which was, if you were stuck, hey, go restore your licenses, delete the download,
That always works.
and do it again. And guess what happened? Literally in 35 minutes, he had the full download.
On PS4,
And,
always restore your licenses.
Always restore your licenses. That's the way to do it.
On Xbox, you just click download.
On Xbox, you clear your
Way-
cache.
way simpler.
Okay. All right. I'm excited to tell you guys this because my
boy.
internet now is really, really good. Right?
Better
So
than
I fired
mine?
up Destiny for the first time last night, and I was watching Twisted stream, and I was like, "All right, buddy, I'm gonna get the update, right?" And you guys know, like, if you like, sometimes you power cycle, and then you plug in Destiny, and then it updates, right? And it shows you all the different screenshots that you get to see of concept art and everything.
You didn't see any of them.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not joking. I couldn't see a single picture. It downloaded so incredibly fast. I was like, I was expecting to wait, and it just boom, done. Yeah.
That's
Thanks.
that's my experience, and that's why when they said hours, I was like, "What?" I literally
Right,
said,
that's why
I was like, I'm gonna go play some PvP tonight, and I said, "Oh yeah, the update." Okay, I'm updated.
Yeah, it definitely took some time.
But wait, before we move past the whole Reef thing, there's just one thing I have to address, because I loved watching Twitter this week, and it was like, I don't know how many people I saw tweet that I'm done with Destiny. And Tinks, nothing. This isn't a dig. I'm not trying to be
It's a
an
dig.
a-hole. No, it's not. I got nothing but love. Hashtag.
Okay,
Tinks, I love
just
you.
go on with it.
All right. Yeah, digging.
I'm ready.
that's right.
I'm ready.
But it was like literally like it was like the relationship thing. Like, if you don't give me what I want, Destiny, I'm gonna move on,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I'm like,
okay.
a baby.
for the love of all things precious and holy, video games are a business, and if you don't buy other ones, this business doesn't work. So go ahead and take a break. You can cheat on Destiny, and it won't care. That's it. I just needed to say my piece. That was it.
You
Like,
feel
As
better?
well
For the
said.
record, I was kidding when I tweeted mine, for the record, because I'm not quitting Destiny and I was never planning on it.
Yeah,
but-
sure.
For the record, once
I'm
again,
pretty
it
sure I
shows.
have a
For the record.
resignation letter right here from Tinks in my email. No, I'm just kidding.
You signed it with your own blood.
With your blood and emailed it me.
calm down, internet. It's all right. Like,
Well,
And
here's-
especially because we
here's-
haven't even seen it yet. It's not like it launched and we hated it. Like,
and here's the
calm
other
down.
thing. You guys, the internet, all wanted more vault space, and guess what you got this week, guys? You got more vault space.
and you can put your helmet on. I mean,
I thought
come
Destiny
on.
was fixed after Vault Space.
Yeah. We had some. We had.
Game of the Year edition.
I mean, look.
We did it, guys. We did it.
I just watched Brian facepalm right there. I saw a double facepalm.
Oh, I'm faded, dude. I'm
just
over
gonna-
here. I'm gone.
I'm just gonna say this. If you're mad that there's no raid, it's your fault. You know why? You know why, Josh? You know why it's the community's fault that there's no raid?
You
I'm gonna
expected it?
announce it right here.
Wait. No, actually, you know whose fault it is? It's Remy from Warlock School. Let's
Yeah.
just get that out
Hashtag-
right now.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
He
yeah,
was
say that
blamed.
hashtag.
It was his fault.
Yeah.
Remy, you've been called out. You were the reason there's no raid. Thank you, Remy.
This is the reason. This is the reason. And I know you're gonna be like, oh, this is a genius idea once you hear it. But the reason why there is no raid, you ready, Hambone? You ready?
Because you don't have Hawkmoon.
It's because all you people cried about vault space. So guess what they did for the past freaking 6 weeks of their life? They worked on freaking vault space.
Oh
you
my
idiots.
goodness.
I mean, seriously, dude, come on.
I don't
Stop
think that's
complaining
how it
about vault
works.
space.
I don't know if that's how exactly it went down. I
Oh,
think it might.
That's
have
how it
been
went down.
different.
That's how it went down. They're like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
God.
entire team tried to figure out how to get more vault space on the 360 and PS3. That's the problem.
after a lot of work, we finally decided that the 360 can't do what a next gen console should do. So it baffles us, but here we go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So yeah, man, it's insane. It's literally insane.
Troy, you see this guy?
No.
See this guy right here behind me?
I love it when you call me Big Pop.
Throw your hands in the air, YouTube player.
Is no
Here's
one
my
looking at
brother.
Scoop's background? Is no one looking at Scoop's background? Really?
Yeah,
That is awesome, bro.
I told you.
Oh, I love him, man. I love that's Hambone's brother. For everybody that didn't get to see that,
Right, the people
Hambone's
that
brother who
didn't
walked
see that
in.
was my brother.
Put it over your head, Scoop.
Yeah.
Oh, he's they are stupid. I love it, Scoop. That is the.
I don't know if the
perfect
internet can handle double hambone. I know
Double
we double
hambone,
miss
two
everything, but I
hambones.
don't think we can handle double
I'm the original
hambone.
Oh no.
I can't handle
man.
double
That's
hand bone.
why his name is the one and only Hambone, just in case this happens.
Yeah. Well, we had some ammo changes this week, and the Fourth Horseman restored. So both those kind of together because they both. I put them together.
What's
So,
the fourth horseman?
Man, well, they restored it to its original default. So I don't know.
They don't
I
have.
mean,
You
I
don't
don't
have
have
Fourth Horseman, do you? No, I mean
Okay,
Xbox.
So it used to shoot fast, and then they screwed up, and it shot slow, and then now it shoots fast again.
It shoots ridiculously fast.
It's like-
fast. It's like
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like a Terminator shotgun, huh?
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But it shoots what? Is it 4 at a time? 2 at a time?
well.
Fourth horseman.
Right?
No.
I
Actually,
thought
you
the
would
Fourth
think.
Horseman had
You
5
would think
rounds.
it does have 5 rounds.
It's 5 rounds, but I think at once isn't
I
it 4?
pay attention.
Ah.
You just have never gotten to hold it.
Well, hey, what about the ammo changes, Null Zero? Tell me a little bit about some of the other ammo changes that took place.
Would you like the ammo changes, perhaps in the
Patch notes.
Well, I was saying from my particular experience in PvP.
Well, yeah, you can go ahead and talk about those as well.
Okay, so I'll tell you from my experience in PvP, when I was playing the other night, they've changed the location of ammo. They have added timers that you can actually see when you run up to the ammo, and it's crazy, dude. Like, people are still trying to blink shotgun, but it's a terrible idea because you're gonna run out of ammo really, really fast. Also, with I really like the heavy ammo because they actually have an announcement, a waypoint. They have everything to like really signify, like, hey guys, this is an important thing. You should come and get it. Because when you're playing with blueberries, you get some people that are like, I don't need heavy ammo. It's like, no, you do need heavy ammo. Come get it. So I really like the changes they've made in PvP. But to kind of go over the ammunition, what they say on the patch, it says crates are now visible for all players long before they are available. Guardians no longer drop special ammo on death. I totally forgot about that, but that is true. They lowered the amount of special ammo that you pick up, which is great because, like, when you do pick up special ammo, I was using my longbow, which is my favorite sniper rifle in PvP, and dude, I'm picking up ammo and I get like 5 rounds. And I'm like, dude, this is perfect. Like they fixed it to where it's like, yes, my special is special. It's gonna create some. It's a heavy damage. It's a heavy. It's a really good weapon to use to net those kills and play strategically. And I felt like I actually was more conservative with my shots because I didn't have so much ammo. So I didn't just like shoot and like take 2 shots on someone just to kill somebody, just to kill them. I really tried more for my headshots and stuff like that. The special ammo crates respawn in 120 seconds as opposed to 45 seconds. They also increased the drop radius from 20 meters to 100 meters for special ammo crates.
Wow, that's a huge change.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the thing is,
that's because you know there's going to be somebody who's like, oh, I'm not waiting for you to get here. And
right.
With heavy, you can be so close and still miss it just from, a few feet. So I actually like that.
I don't know that they say it here. Let me see. Special. Okay, so they do. I'll just keep reading. So it says slightly increased interaction time with special ammo, meaning how long it takes for you to pick it up. It used to be a 0.1 second pickup. Now it's almost a full second. It's at 0.8 of a second. So it actually, when you run up to ammo, you are no longer just able to keep running. You have to stop, pick it up, actually spend time interacting with the box. They reduced the number of special crates on the map. They also
dance while you're picking up ammo now. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Well, I think that's necessary though. But they also
I'm not disagreeing. I don't disagree at all. It actually felt like crap. I'm in the open right now grabbing ammo.
Right. Special and heavy ammo bricks now despawn when a player dies or on a timer. So say you're in range for these ammo pickups and the brick's sitting there. You can no longer be like before where you were just there to make sure you actually got a brick of heavy ammo. You actually have to pick it up. It's going to take 30 seconds that'll sit there. After 30 seconds, that heavy ammo is gone. After 20 seconds, special ammo is gone. So you have a brief time where you can just claim your brick by being close, but you need to go pick it up because it won't stay there very long. And I like that because you really know when someone has rocket, when the team has picked up heavy, you can kind of anticipate like, get ready, rockets and heavy machine guns are out. It's going to get a little crazy.
Well, with the update too, the other thing when you're picking up heavy ammo, one of the strategies that I've heard is that it's better to kind of slow down and wait because you can actually see in the screen their name scrolling of who just picked up heavy ammo. So you can count how many people on the other team picked up heavy ammo before you pop yours.
Absolutely.
What about, I mean, have you been playing a lot of PvP, Scoop, lately? Or have you been raiding a lot?
Well, lately, because I've done the raid 178 times. The guys have been pulling me a lot more into PvP. They got me into the Iron Banner. Tinks got to kind of watch me on my stream and kind of look at how bad I was. So I've gotten better at it. So that's one of the parts of the game for me as a raider where I look at it and go, okay, we're kind of done doing the raid. Now I'm kind of falling into the category of what Bungie wants because now I'm looking at the other part of the game that I haven't spent that much time in, and now I'm finding myself going to it more to get better at that part.
Yeah, I haven't, and I think I've said this before. Me and Null Zero, obviously Null Zero really hates Crota. I don't hate it as much as he does.
I don't hate it, but I don't think it's that great.
You dislike it.
I don't hate it.
You
it's
hate
strong
on it.
Dislike.
Right.
Dictionary. Open it up. Hey, what does it say? Strong dislike.
Okay.
Good, Josh. You tell him, Josh.
You got him good,
Yeah.
Josh. Way to go. Pull out the definitions. But yeah, I don't hate it at all. I actually kind of enjoy the raids. The problem for me is you would imagine that, oh hey, we are part of this community, and I was part of Dads of Destiny, and I have all these people on my friends list, that I'd have all these opportunities to play it. But I've probably only played Crota maybe 50 times, maybe if that many. I would probably say closer to like 30 times. I've actually played Crota, and I've gone through Vault of Glass a lot more because we used to play it a lot when we first obviously got the game and it opened up. But I haven't played it near as much. So I've actually probably played a lot of PvP. Comparatively to a lot of people, because a lot of my time's been spent playing PvP. So I'm in that group of people that's kind of balanced it a little bit, and I think it's really interesting that a lot of the people that I do see that are still playing this game are a lot of the PvE people. It's a lot of the raiders and the people that were, and it's really funny because I know if I played
two things that much, like if they only had 2 maps on Destiny, I don't know if I'd be playing PvP that much because it'd drive me insane.
But a lot of the things, like what I've been doing, and it goes back to the part of the community. I mean, I could log on, right now and find myself in a Crota raid, and it's just because of the community in which we play. There's so many people that every now and then I'll get a message, hey, Scoop, can you come and run Sword? Hey, we're not really sure how to do this part. Can you come and help? So I'm constantly jumping in and out of raids. I may only be in there for 5 minutes, but I'm helping that team achieve something that they were struggling with, and taking that time to be able to teach them, a specific portion of the raid, or we're just goofing around and running the whole thing. Right. That's where I find most of my raid time. I do agree that Vault of Glass is a more challenging raid. I mean, we have guys in DoD Legion that consistently solo Crota on a daily basis. There's not many people, I think there might be one, that finally soloed Atheon, but that's not a normal thing. Where Crota it is.
Well, you can't solo Atheon. Can you solo Atheon?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, there's been a guy that did it.
You can find there's people on YouTube that have done it.
I think it's a glitch. I think it's a glitch thing.
You have to use what's it called? Warlock.
Warlock self-revive or self-res.
Golly.
It doesn't have to do with glitch and luck. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Huh.
Yeah, basically the Warlock, when right before Crota goes to teleport, you basically wipe. You basically kill yourself, and then right after he teleports, you self-res, and it doesn't suck you in.
Huh.
Then you slap him with an open hand, and that's how you finish him.
Yeah.
Correct.
You don't get Time's Vengeance, and it takes a little bit longer, but you can solo it.
Huh. That's
Than a
interesting.
T-Rex
Man.
punch.
That's really interesting. Wow.
I think that's more of a thing of just being able to say I did it. I don't think that, like, Crota, people do it because they can efficiently do it by themselves and not need anybody. They could, like, if they've practiced it enough, they're like, hey, I can do this in pretty, relatively quickly by myself, as opposed to having to find 6 people and hopefully get through it.
Right.
The record for Crota solo right now is 11 minutes.
See?
Wow.
The whole raid?
The whole raid.
Crota's End or Crota? Oh.
The whole raid, 11 minutes. The guys from the Legend himself hold the record.
Okay.
Wow,
He's amazing.
Wow. Well, another change, and I don't know if you saw this whenever you jumped on, Josh, but one of the updates, actually, when the update occurred, Thorn changes happened. And have you been shot by Thorn?
You turn green.
I played one game last night, and maybe once. I noticed it killed me when it hit me.
Dude, so now your screen turns green instead of red, and it darkens, and it's awesome. Like, it makes sense, right? The gun is green, and when you shoot somebody, they turn green.
Did you notice they removed parts of the gun, so it's actually a lot cleaner when you're aiming it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
No.
I knew they removed Red Death from the PvP because everybody was using Icebreaker, so they didn't have to go grab ammo crates, but that's the only thing I saw.
No.
They removed Red Death?
He's kidding. He's kidding.
I got you now. I was like, what? They removed Red Death? I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw that in PvP the other night.
Oh, that's too funny. You really confused him. You see David Spacey? He's like, what?
What? Wait, what?
What was that? Huh? I didn't read that in the patch notes.
I know. I was like,
snorted.
what?
I was laughing so hard.
Oh man. Hambone.
Funny guy.
Guess what they did to your Black Hammer, bro?
What they do
They
to my
fixed
baby?
it!
What they do to my baby?
They took your white nail fix.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Did they?
They did. They fixed your white nail problem.
I don't know why it bothers me. I guess it's kind of OCD, but that has always bothered me. That even though it's 331, it doesn't have the stupid yellow box around it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. I really appreciate that my fully leveled gun will reflect that now. I don't know what it is, but I know a ton of people feel the same way, where they're like, I just want that yellow box right there. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things, but to hear that, I'm like, woo!
Dude,
so, yeah.
One of the other things, the last thing here in the patch notes I want to talk about, and it's not that big a deal, and there's a lot of other patch notes, so if you guys want to go read them, go over to Bungie.net, check it out.
But one of the things that I want to talk about is, real quick, Hambone, did you know that if you were wearing Don't Touch Me's and somebody threw a knife at you in PvP, that you would disappear?
I did not. I've never worn my Don't Touch Me's in PvP.
How crazy is that? I
crazy.
just thought that was odd. It just caught me because it was so odd to me. That's like, what? Really? Like,
Yeah.
Like
That
not
one's
invisible, but disappear. Like not like the normal invisible, you'd literally disappear. Or
no,
you'd
you'd go
Yeah,
invisible.
no, it
just
was
like
like-
Don't Touch Me.
right.
Yeah,
It would just
like
activate the Don't Touch Me.
it counted as a melee.
Right.
Is what you're
Because
saying.
it's a melee weapon, I guess.
Well, that makes sense.
But who uses Don't Touch Me in PvP? Like, it's
I
so
don't know.
worthless. It's absolutely
That's
worthless.
what I'm saying. Like,
Why we didn't know.
I'm always rocking my Acleophage symbiote so I can get that 4th golden gun shot. So
As often as hunters get
Radiant
punched by
Dance
Titans,
Machines.
It seems like it would be useful. I don't know. I mean,
yeah, they do get
The
punched a
problem
lot,
is
but
the
to
Don't
no
Touch
avail,
Me.
Josh.
When you Don't Touch Me, unless I'm using like Blink,
Don't Touch Me.
I'm probably not going to be able to get away from a follow-up, a
touch
hit, or you
You
shooting.
never say that.
Right,
Touch
because
me.
you're normally close enough that even if you're invisible, like I can still see where you are.
It's great
I
on.
see you all
Touch
the time.
me.
It's great on
Someone
mobs
used
because
to
mobs
love
don't
these.
have an actual human brain,
me.
so they hit you, you go invisible, and they stop. They're like, "Whoa, where'd he go? We can't attack." But when you're playing in PvP and someone punches you like a Titan hitting a hunter, you disappear, and they're like, "Oh, bam, you're dead." Like, why would you use Don't Touch Me in PvP? Like, you're gonna get away with like
I've actually seen them quite a bit, which is
why would you
crazy
play a
to have.
hunter?
because they
it's the
rock in
best class to
PvP.
PvP with.
So yeah, but yeah,
Because we don't have our bubbles of please leave me alone and our little bubbles of safety, we actually have to get stuff done.
What did you say Scoop
don't
said
like
earlier today when we were texting? You said
it-
time
it's-
out. It's the
it's
only
yeah,
one you can
it's the
time
only.
out.
It's like, hold on, guys, time out. I need a time. Let me put my bubble around me. My mom said, "Don't come in my bubble."
That's
Don't-
so funny.
This is my
I'm
bubble.
gonna dance now. I'm gonna dance.
Time out. Time out. Guys,
Look at
no one's
Josh,
letting
so
me stand
bad.
on the spot. No one's letting me stand on the spot. I'll just put my bubble down. Oh.
And then that's when they
Wow.
switch over to the other one, and they throw their fit, and they slam the ground like, "Oh, I hate this."
You
there's
scared
hope.
me around the corner
Maybe
because you had
once-
skill to kill me, so I just real quickly just dashed on the ground and killed you. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
Nonsense.
the only
Hey.
super that can screw over your teammates.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Someone's
true.
gonna shoot a rocket.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna go play Mario Kart. See you guys later.
Bye, Felicia.
the
I
thing
lose.
about the thing about all the other classes, no matter if you think they're cheap or not, you actually have to aim somewhere. You actually have to do something. You know, with
Wait, whoa. I want to see you aim the Superman punch that the Titan does. I had to turn that thing off because I'm like, I am not aiming this crap any longer. I would jump and fly right off the edge every single time. I'm like, oh, I
Sounds
got
like that's a
this.
matter of skill, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone
that's-
doesn't know
that
how
has
to play.
nothing to do,
Dude,
apparently.
because I've seen people do that fist across the puzzle in Vault of Glass. So if
We
you
do it
can't do
every
it
time.
Oh, no,
on a
I've done that.
multiplayer map,
That's awesome. That's great. But I'm talking PvP where I jump in the air and
Mhm.
I slam down into my death because there's nothing there. I'm like, well, that was fun.
That
Good
was
time.
awesome.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
seen some
Yeah.
Titans use that incredibly effectively.
yeah, you might need to
Depends if you're
go.
good or not.
Yeah, you might.
You might need
go
to start a new
push it.
podcast called Titan School, where you teach people how to Titan. Teach
No,
me
no,
how
no,
to
well,
Titan.
He doesn't.
We need to
We
go
don't want
find
him
that
to
Titan.
be right.
We need to go find. We need to get Pope to start Titan School.
Right. That's who
and,
needs to
and
start.
then he
Titan.
can give Josh some lessons. So let's go ahead and jump over
I
to.
hear Mario Kart in my future.
Yahoo!
I'm
Wow!
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Podcast equals over. I'm out.
oh man, let's
It's
go
over.
jump over to I Want That.
Damn it, you